after this Valentine, and we were watching the clips of the interviews that they, asked women, young ladies, and most of the interviews, most ladies have become transactional in terms of what the men have to be before they can even date them.
Yes, that's mostly common about young girls.
It's becoming too much because they interviewed one lady and she's like, I can't date him if he's not earning a certain amount of money. And this is like double digits, triple digits, right?
Yes.
And it's beginning to be like annoying because now it's like there's no love again. It's only what you have to offer. And the crazy thing is these people saying this thing, they don't have anything to offer.
Yeah, of course, most times they don't have anything to offer. Because if you really have something to offer, you will not be asking.
If you know the value of money, right?
Exactly. You will not be asking somebody that wants to date you what you're going to get from him.
Because you're right, because most times it seems like if you don't have money or if you can't even ask them out.
Yes.
Some people were saying that they can't even go on a coffee date, first date. Yeah, it has to be this, it has to be that.
So that means what they are trying to say is they must know that this guy has something good enough.
Good, they will even ask you that what do you do? How much do you earn? So it's like they've prioritized financial affluence. To me, it's no longer a relationship.
It looks like it's like a business.
It's like transaction. But the main story here is not even about these people because we already know. So while we're discussing this, people were just shouting, talking, and one of the guys there was just looking at us. Why are you not talking? He said, because all of you are missing out.
Really?
So I'm like, missing out in what? He said, have you guys ever tried single moms? So I said, single mom? He said, yes. He said, not all single moms, but he said over 70% of single moms will never give you the kind of stress these young ladies are giving. So he was smiling about single mom. So he's experienced in it.
Yeah, exactly. What you're saying is right, because when you're dating a single mom, they have this emotional stability. When you're dating them,
you're right.
They are stable, emotionally.
They've been there.
Yeah, they've been there before. They know what is on. They know what you want. It's just like they are single moms. Some of them could be single because of
situations.
Not because that they're not good, but because of one thing or the other, they become.
He said the single moms he has been dating that most of the time they don't even want dramas.
They don't.
They know. When drama is coming, they know exactly what they want. They don't they don't play around, arguing unnecessarily, looking for fights.
Yeah, just as I said, that they're emotionally stable when it comes to emotions. They know how you feel. They know when you're not happy. They know. It's just they're more like a wife,
like a mom,
because
they've been there. And he said something also. He was talking about the fact that most of his ex came from these women, not in terms of finances alone, but not excluded. But he said there was a time he needed a job.
Okay.
And the lady he was dating knew someone that knew somebody. And before he knew, the connection worked for him.
Yeah, just like I said, because they know what you want. They know what is going on. Unlike a single girl will know that all she wants is money.
It's money. And
to flex
you on Instagram.
That is all.
They don't.
But a single mom doesn't have that time. All the time she has is for herself, for the kids. And if there's a man, she takes up the man. She thinks about the man. She's emotionally attached to the man. Unlike a single guy, she doesn't have any emotion for nothing attached.
Some of them do, but I think their attachment now is depending on how much you can spend.
That's what I'm saying. We're still falling back to the same thing, because if they really love you, they won't think about how much you can spend for them.
And he was saying that if you think your girlfriend now, your single girlfriend, is in love with you, do two things. Number one, reduce the way you spend on her. And number two, make it look like you're not certain about settling down with her. Then you will realize that she doesn't love you.
I think that's a very good point.
And he was telling me also that most single women are discreet. They are secretive. They guide their teens. Not all of them, but most of them do not make noise. They don't shout about their relationship.
They don't because they're more reserved.
I think it's because of experience.
Yeah, they just like you said, they've been there before. They're more reserved. They know what is good for them. They know that there's some things that do not need to be exposed. You know, they so keep things in, to themselves that they know that it should surely help them.
I think with some of them too. I think
Yes,
it's experience that
they wouldn't have
taught
gotten
them.
They wouldn't have gotten to that stage if not that they've gone through some stages.
Because when you see these single girls talking, I think some of the reason they are like that is because they are not experienced. They've not seen life. They think flying from Vegas to Bahamas to Florida is experience. But when they see life and they learn from life, I think that's what transcends them into the matured woman that single mothers have become.
Through. Even the experience of taking care of their kids alone helps them to
help them to take care of their home and their relationship. And he said there's something he enjoys about his own single mom, that they know how to handle situations. You know, there is no way when you're dating that you will not have issues, right?
Of course.
He said most of them have a matured way of handling situations. It doesn't have to be back and forth, noise, loud, whatever. And when they are done with you and they realize that you're too stubborn or you can't learn and you don't want to learn, they quietly walk away.
Exactly. You know, when you're talking about single mom, the only difference there most times is the fact that they're not married. You understand? So what you can get from a mother, a wife material, is exactly the same thing you get from them. The only difference is just that they don't have a man, around them, just like as a husband. But every other thing you're talking about, they have it. They have everything. They wake up very early in the morning to take care of the kids. They know the kids need this, they need that. And when they're dating a man too, they also know that this man needs this, he needs that. But for a single lady, she wakes up maybe 8, 9, depending on time.
Even if she's working, she focuses on herself alone.
So she wouldn't even think about who else. Nobody.
And you notice that single mothers too, because they've been independent, they are self-sufficient. They are not waiting for you to take care of them. They're not waiting for you to do stuff that they can do for themselves. Yeah. You are just an addition. You are just like a support that is not necessarily needed.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they only need you just like a carry-on.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But these other single ladies, some even want allowance.
Yeah, some do.
Some expect you to do certain stuff for them.
Some will expect
you're not married, they don't have your kid.
Some of them will expect you to be giving them money at every end of the month.
That's the allowance.
We are both working.
Yeah, they're both working.
Okay, you understand. But if it's a single mom, she knows that this guy is working.
She understands that she's working. He said he had a colleague at work that they started dating, and that was why he stopped dating young ladies that are not married, that don't have kids. He said they started dating, and they earned the same because they work at the same office, and they earned the same. And this young lady was expecting him to be paying her own rent from the same amount of money. And when he asked, why would you know how much I earn? He said, yeah, you're my boyfriend, you have to do that. And so it brings in the inconsideration, of course, from these young ladies and the consideration from single mothers, because they've been there. They know the value of money. These young girls don't.
They don't. They want to buy the latest
hair. They want to use the phone. They want
to fix their latest nail.
They don't know the value, and they don't know what you are doing to get the money.
They don't care. All they care about is money. Just give me money. Single moms, every time, they appreciate your support. Anytime you support them financially, emotionally, physically, they appreciate it. And the extent at which they appreciate it, you like, have I done that much?
Do more.
Have I done that much? And it also helps you to do more for them.
He said something. He said, the money that most people spend on these young girls. Let's assume you're spending $200 or 100,000 naira on these young girls. Yeah. If you divide it into two and just give single mothers something, give them, they will appreciate it.
They appreciate because things a lot.
They are mothers. They know that it must take you a lot to get that money.
No matter how big or small it is.
But these single girls,
they really appreciate it.
And the funny thing about it, he said when he used to give his ex-girlfriend $100. He said when he met this single lady, he said he gave her $50, right? Yeah. He said, do you know that this lady called him, made him feel special, And he now casted his mind back to when he was giving his own girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, $100. That she doesn't even appreciate it.
Yes, that's what we're saying. The single mom, they've been there before, so they know how it feels. They know.
So they appreciate
They
more.
appreciate more a lot. They do. They do more than what you sometimes when they appreciate you, you think,
Is it this
is
one
it
I
not
did?
this one I did?
And you do it to some young girls, and they'll
And
be
they
like,
don't
"Is that
even
what your mate?"
are giving.
I give it. I think we can compare this.
And
To,
sometimes the single girls will even tell you what they want.
they will give you a list of.
They will give you what they want. They will tell you, I want the latest phone and all that. You know, but
I think we can compare this to when you give your girlfriend money and when you give your mom money.
money exactly.
We know that mom deserve more.
Like, there's a movie I watched. The girlfriend came to meet him that he needed some money. I think it was like 200,000 naira. So he got 100,000 naira, and she started
Ranting.
talking, blah blah.
They
blah,
are
"I
not
can't take this from you,"
appreciative.
Blah blah blah. He said, "But please, I know I will give you the rest." He said, "No, I'm not going to take this from you. Is that not what you promised me?" So the guy was like, "Why is she talking like this?" The guy just stood. And the next thing the guy did was he brought his phone out
And sent
called his
mom.
mom. He just said, "Mom, I'm sending you this amount." He has not even sent the money. He said, "Mom, I'm sending you this amount of money tomorrow morning." The mother started praying for him, started appreciating him, and he looked at the girl and said, "No,
No, you're not.
this is the wrong number."
But the truth here is that the mothers may have been like the young girl then. But I think young girls of nowadays should be aware of the fact that they need to do more. I am not saying all young ladies are the same.
Yeah, I know,
but
I know.
the ladies that are talking their expectations, they are like destroying the expectations of men in giving. Because now one thing is to give, another one is to appreciate.
It doesn't really hold.
It doesn't hold you
It doesn't
any
really
money.
hold you any money.
And he said something that was a little nothing. He said, if you are with single mother, right? He said the sex is unlimited. They want to anytime. But if you are with all these young ladies, they ration sex to just
because the ration sex, because most of the time those single ladies have more than one or two boyfriends.
So they have to share.
So they have to share. They have to share. And when they share it, automatically you can't have all.
And the funny thing he said that these single girls, these young girls out there, you'll be surprised that they are more sexually active, they are wider, they are more promiscuous than the single mom that have kids. He said most single mothers are even tight in quote. But all these single girls out there, you think they have given back to 10 children.
Because when you talk about single mothers, they have a lot to think about. They have their kids to take care of. So they don't play around.
Aside from that, they have their kids to take care of. They have become a role model.
Yes.
He said his own single mom will never bring a man to our house to be making noise in the bedroom when the kids are in the living room.
Of course.
That she's always discreet whenever she wants to do anything. But she prefers to come to his place because she's a role model. And another good thing is he said she doesn't want to be changing men.
Of course, because I
the
think,
kids.
I think because of the kids, it will affect them, emotionally,
in decision
making in their life. So most single mom, they tend to just like you said, they're very secretive, kind of. They don't do things anyhow. They don't talk anyhow. Where the kids are there, they don't behave anyhow. So they are more reserved.
And do you know also that these single mothers, they are authentic.
Yes,
they love you fully. They don't play games.
They don't play games. They're not there for games.
They're not there for games.
They're there for business.
They will be there for you. I think it comes with experience, though.
Yeah, it comes with experience, and I also want to say this, because of what they've gone through, they don't want to, depending on what happened to them, for them to have been a single mother. But at the same time,
they don't want to repeat the mistake.
Those same mistakes, they don't want to repeat it. So they are most times very, very, very careful in whatever they do.
Even though
they say.
He said the one is dating, that even though she says she confessed to him that she has somebody that she likes at work, but the discipline, she's not careless. She's very careful. That she'd rather walk away from the temporary emotion than mess our relationship up.
yeah, exactly.
But you know, this you can't find in most of these young ladies because they don't care. They can play games. Single mothers
Yes. Not
know
even
they have
single.
something at
So
stake.
many things at stake.
So they will not think with their emotions alone. They
don't play
will
with
think practically.
They don't play
So
with
they are
emotions.
very, very
Very,
authentic.
very, yeah. Well, I want to say this, you know, before we'll end this podcast, that, you know, it's not that this thing we're saying is something that we just said. It's just based on, you know, the
So it's
interview.
not we're not generalizing,
No, we're
right?
not generalizing. It's just based on the, you know, interviews that
Were
they
conducted?
you know, during this time of Valentine, that we're able to bring together to be able to say, okay, most young ladies, most of them, not all of them, most of them, you know, are this kind of people that ask for money. But then at the same time, we're also using this opportunity to tell most of them that you should not, you know, be too much demanding, mostly on your relationship, because from that relationship it can end to marriage. So if you're able to, like, you know, balance it up, I believe things will surely work.
Surely work.